I'm finally home from the grocery store. Are you packed for school? Okay. Either you're being robbed for all of your school supplies, or you're repacking your backpack again for what would be the fourth time I've counted tonight. Hi there. You're aware it's 11:40 at night, right? Then why is your light still on? Why is all of your school supplies splayed all over your bed? Why are you still awake? You have to be up early in the morning. Oh, you're not sleeping, are you? Okay. And who's decided that? Mm. Okay, you did. Um, and is this meant to be one of your smarter decisions? Or are you purposefully being silly? I'm not being rude. I'm being for real. Are you being silly on purpose? No. Okay, then why are you determined to stay up all night on your first day of school? Hmm? Oh, you don't know. Okay, okay. Well, scoot over. I'm not leaving, so we both may as well get very comfortable, which I am. Thank you very much. You can't push me away. I'm not going anywhere. Okay, so tomorrow. Nah, Nothing you're gonna say right now is gonna convince me anything else. I already know. I know because I've known you your entire life. And you have very specific things you do when you're feeling certain ways, and I just know all of them because I know you, like I said. And believe it or not, I was also a kid once, and it was also my very first day of school not that long ago. Oh, you hurt me. I'm not that old. Jeez. Well, I could tell something was off when I came home and the dishes were done. You never do the dishes unprompted. I knew something was wrong. There was either an alien invasion and you've been taken over, or there was something on your mind. And and I just so happened to remember that tomorrow is the very first day of school. So I realized that the dishes being done was not an act of, oh, I love my sister and let me help her out. No, it was in fact a distress signal. Mhm. Nah, don't make the face. I'm not making fun of you. I'm just telling you I noticed. So talk to me. I know you're anxious about school tomorrow. Yes, you are. I know you are. I know you. So I'll save you the trouble of having to admit it. What's going on? What thoughts are the loudest? Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Can I tell you something that might be a little annoying? Almost every single person walking into that building tomorrow is doing exactly what you're doing right now. They are lying there, staring at the ceiling, with their brains going 100 miles a minute, absolutely certain they're the only one that feels this way. They're the only ones who have these thoughts. They're the only ones who are worried about how tomorrow's going to go or if they're going to be able to find their classes despite going to that same school for 3 years. I mean, it's natural. Humans naturally fear the unknown, and those who don't are crazy people. It's natural to be nervous, and it's natural to be a little afraid. There is nothing wrong with that. And other students aren't the only ones who feel that way. The teachers do too. They're unsure about the students they're going to get. They're up right now going, oh no, what if they hate me? What if I get a class of absolutely horrendous students? And I promise you, at least one adult in that building has already changed what they're going to wear, has already changed the lesson plan because they're just a little unsure. So I know there's not too much I can say to completely ease your nerves. But I can tell you that when you walk in tomorrow and you're thinking that everyone appears to look so calm and sorted and like they already know where they're going, they don't. They are just like you, also on their very first day, probably a little lost, and just pretending they know what they're doing. They're just as scared as you, and they're putting on the same face you're going to be putting on. And it's just going to be a whole building of people performing at each other. It sucks, yes, but it's unfortunately normal. And I will do my sisterly duty, and I will tell you that there is nothing to be afraid of. If you get lost, you have a map. If you don't have anyone to sit with at lunch, well, I guarantee you there's about 50 other people who don't either. And you have a lovely campus that you can walk around and explore. And there's no pressure to make friends or to sit with someone. Just survive the day. Make sure you fuel your body with food and focus on what's happening right in front of you. You're not behind anybody else, okay? Everyone's starting at the same day. That's the whole point of the first day. Doesn't matter if some people already have friends or already have groups. You are going to be okay. What are you so afraid is going to happen? Yes, I'm serious. What are you actually afraid is going to happen? If you speak them into existence, I can tell you why it's probably a little far-fetched. I'm not calling you crazy, but our brains, especially yours, have a tendency to get a little overactive when there's some unknowns to be figured out. So I'm sure whatever you've come up with is very creative. And I would love to be able to tell you that it's a little too creative for reality. So what scenarios are going through your head? Really? Okay, and then what? Right, and then? See, your brain is really, really good at showing you action shots, but it doesn't show you what's really probably going to happen. You're going to walk in, you're going to get there, you're going to have your schedule, you're going to get to your first class, and so what if you take someone else's seat? They say, "Oh, that's my seat," and you say, "Oh, sorry, my bad," and you move. And that's it. That is the entire event. Well, if you can't find the room, well, isn't that a scary part? Thankfully, you can ask someone. There's teachers. You can go to the office and have them guide you. They do that. I know they do. They did it for me when I was in school. Or you follow the map because they give you a map. Okay? No, nobody is going to be watching you. Nobody is going to be staring at you. Nobody's going to be keeping some sort of a file on you. Everybody's going to be so preoccupied on their own first day that they're not going to be any sort of worried about you. All you have to do is take a deep breath. Take it 10 minutes at a time and get from class to class. That's all you have to do. And at the worst, you just have a bad day, And what do I always say? The best part about a bad day is that it ends. Yes, Don't put so much pressure on tomorrow that you force a good day to be a bad one. Okay? If you force and force and force trying to make sure you have this great day, you're not going to have a great day. So, you do not have to have a good day tomorrow. I mean it. Everybody's going to ask you how it went, okay? Everybody. And there's this pressure to come home with this great story of, oh, it was so amazing. But no, you don't owe anybody that. Okay? You're allowed to come home and say it was crap. You're allowed to come home and say it was weird. You're allowed to say it was boring or it was loud or you ate lunch somewhere strange and you didn't talk to a single person. That's completely normal first day. That's honestly most first days, if I'm being brutally honest. The good days sneak up on you out of nowhere, usually around week 2 or 3 when things finally start looking up and you're starting to know your way around. Tomorrow is not a test of who you're going to be for the rest of the year. Tomorrow is just day 1. It's the day you show up, and honestly, that's your entire assignment for the day. Just be a person and make it back home. And at the very worst, I will be there and I will pick you up. Just to make sure your day is extra great, okay? Does that make it a little bit better? I'll be in the same parking lot I dropped you off at 3 o'clock. And we will go get ice cream or a smoothie or a coffee or whatever we're feeling. Whatever makes the day feel right. Okay. But I really do think a good day will be best equipped with some sleep. So what do you say, little sibling? Will you sleep? Or at least try? I will be in here early in the morning to wake you up and make you breakfast because I do have eyes, my dear sibling, and I saw you did not eat dinner. And we're going to equip you with all the tools to have the absolute best day possible. You know what that means? As much sleep as we can, despite it being almost midnight, a hearty breakfast, all of your school supplies packed exactly how you want them, and we will listen to whatever music you want on the way. We'll even get a coffee if you wish. Does that sweeten the deal? Yeah. Okay, well, good. I'm glad. Yeah, that is a big yawn. I told you you were tired. Mm. What are big sisters for? You're welcome, kid. Oh, shut up. It has not been that long since I've had a first day. How old do you think I am? Now you're just being mean. All right, kid. Go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep too since I have to get you up early in the morning. Just remember, you're going to be okay tomorrow. Not because it's going to be some perfect, straight out of a movie day, but because you're going to be okay. No matter how the day goes, because you are very strong and you are tough and you're courageous and you're confident and you're very funny and you're very good on your feet. And you can survive any situation you're put in, okay? I know that, even if you don't know that. So you're gonna rock tomorrow. I know that. And if by some horrible, horrendous sequence of events you end up coming to my car at 3 o'clock and tell me you have a terrible day, there will be copious amounts of serotonin to be had in a snack or a treat, whatever your heart desires. Okay? So sleep. I've got the worrying covered from here on out. I will be anxious enough for you, so just sleep. All right? I'm gonna go do my laundry, but I'm gonna come back and check on you in 15 minutes, and you better be asleep, all right? All right. I love you, kid. Good night.